Sand King.
Radiant team pick.
Disruptor.
Dire team pick.
Wow. Okay, nice. Sounds good. I'm doing fabulous. A little bit of a breather. We went from shortest break between series ever to,
10
well,
seconds
standard, getting
remaining.
back on track. You know, these guys, they got stuff to do. We just had to wait for
5
everyone to get
seconds
here.
remaining.
But they're back finally. Finem returned to the spotlight. Disappointing that they weren't able to go to
Reserve
any
time.
tournament since the major. Was kind of hoping they'd be able to make a show at Dota Pit, but since I guess the way they were knocked out in the qualifiers didn't qualify them to replace any of the teams that couldn't make it. So here they are now. And yeah, just looking forward to what they have in store for us. And off the bat, it's going to be an IO Underlord. We all know how much they love their IO.
Yeah. IO, and I mean, he said it, Underlord, a hero that obviously is a ton of potential and has proven to be incredibly powerful. It just feels like this lineup, the like start of it, it's going to be so hard to kill anybody else on Adfinum's team. Like, they can go for very high damage dealers if they want to, and they're just going to be able to get out with the Underlord as well. And on the other side, Horde, they've got a nice bit of control to start off. Sand King Disruptor, a great way to answer the IO, and Horde certainly know how to play against IO, considering the, Ake and his relationship with Alliance and all that back in the day.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
I'm gonna I'm gonna float this out there to you. I want you to tell me what you think. So we've got ourselves this team at Finem, and it was a single elimination tournament. It was a relatively good group for them. They went really, really far, further than pretty much anybody expected. Do you think that they are like as good as their results show from that tournament? Like, I hate saying this because I felt like so much of what it was that made that team great at that event was the momentum that they built up over and over again. And sure, there was great play in there, no doubt about it. But like, is this a team that we're expecting to top the group no matter what, pretty much?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Spirit.
Qualifiers across all the regions. It was a pretty select group directly going to StarLadder this year.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ursa Warrior.
Yeah, they're. I was wondering if maybe they were considering going for a Darkseer. Maybe putting that Snake King to position 4, using the Ice Shell with the Ember, as well as just, again, more AoE control up against IO Underlord and the reflection of, well, I guess I say reflection with Terrorblades there, but the the wall replica of Underlord providing that attribute aura the other way can be very handy for Horde in these situations. But they'll head on into an Ursa. So right now, the big thing is just control. Give Ursa a little bit of space, as well as just holding them down so you can get some damage done and let Ember dance his way through these team fights. So, looking pretty exciting for them. Terrorblade not countered as much as he used to be by Ember, now that we're into this like magic build rather than the Battle Fury going through, but still decent against him. And Shadow Demon Terrorblade, similar to Shadow Demon Luna, you can definitely understand what Finem are going for here. Yeah.
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Yeah, I mean, again, it just comes down to control, really. If they can silence him up with the Disruptor, Ursa is one of the best heroes at just annihilating someone down very quickly. Even with all that armor, it's still Ursa. He will chew through you.
10 seconds.
That's tough.
remaining.
It'll be up to Underlord and as well as the big relocate saves.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
a lot of pressure there on our IO player this time from FNM.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends up working. I will say I rode Ad Finem through the Boston Major with my fantasy picks. Madara was getting me so many points, as well as Spartan. That was great. The only sad thing was that when maybe next time played Bounty Hunter, he was the one that was placing all the wards, so I got owned whenever that happened, which,
Yeah.
as you know, happened a couple times.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Did they go for the Bounty Hunter? No, there's no way they can do that. Shadow Demon Core, that's not going to happen. I don't know if that's still a hero in Dota anymore. We haven't seen a lot of that guy.
I like the Witch Doctor ban. Just again talking about like the burst, very tanky hero in Underlord, very annoying hero in Terrorblade. Maledict would have been nice against both of them. And Sand King, now they have the Terrorblade, it definitely gives more
10
credence and value to
seconds
Sand King being your position 3 offlane hero and not swapping him back into the
5
4 role.
seconds remaining.
So banning out of the Witch Doctor is A-OK in my books.
Reserve time.
We're likely looking for a mid hero now.
Takiro.
Radiant team pick.
Guard? We've gone full
10
meme push,
seconds
guys.
remaining.
This is intense.
5 seconds remaining.
Whoa. Don't get your hopes up, buddy. He's probably building a veil. I'll stop you
Reserve
right
time.
there. I'm sorry.
5 seconds remaining.
Sniper.
To see it, but is there anything else it could be besides Korjakiro? Like mid-IO? That's not going to happen.
Guardian IO. You guys haven't seen that guy? Look that guy up. Crazy. Although he jungles his IO quite a bit these days. He used to be that armlet IO builder. What a clown.
Last second and throw out a sniper into the mid lane. So is that a pretty tough counter? Like, how hard is this lane going to be for the Jakiro?
Pretty bad, I would say. You're just going to get pelted over and over. Like, Jakiro's been a mid laner for up against TA, kind of dumpsters. Up against Ember, I definitely could have seen that working out pretty well for him. I'm more interested to see what they're gonna do with these lanes for, because that's Pablo on an Ember. So he's doing position 4
What?
Ember. He's starting Brown Boots Clarity. Yeah, because they have this like last pick.
What?
So it's, I guess the idea that they've like countered him out so much that they're gonna put a lot less value onto him.
All right. Ooh, man.
So it'd be like your StarLadder style. This is interesting. Let's see how this works. Well, steering chains is pretty bad in the early levels for a
It's
support.
1 second duration. What if he just like takes Flame Guard and runs at Jakiro? That's not going to work either though, because he's going to be able to break through it probably. Maybe not at the early levels. I can't tell. Let's see. It does 20 burn damage over 10 seconds, so it's 100 damage nuke. Liquid Fire is, let's see, 12 burn damage over 5 seconds, so significantly less. So yeah, he would be able to break through the first level of Flame Guard, and the second level as well. Yeah, he's going to be able to break through it throughout. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, I'm intrigued. I mean, you talk about needing someone to hold people in place for Gork. I guess that's Pablo's life now.
All
Like,
right.
follow him around and steering chains people.
So humor me for a second here. Check out the Jakiro
God.
talents. Check it out. Okay, you got.
Okay, I'm here.
You see what I'm saying? 400
I see level
attack
20.
range. Yeah. Okay. Maybe level 20 is a little ways away, but it's exciting nonetheless. Ake's going to take some damage, Liquid Fire there, and this is turning from what was already a kind of tough lane to an even worse one. But we'll see if Thug's going to be able to deal with it sort of efficiently. Top lane, they're already going on each skill and slow down. They are going to be able to get the body block off here. No, they don't quite get the surround. A little bit off the mark, so Sand King does live.
Pablo's being filth. You see this? So he's gonna stack this camp, and he's gonna start pulling it down into this tower.
Oh,
You dirty
yeah.
bastard! Oh, he didn't
He
get
didn't
it.
get the
Pablo.
stack.
Oh, you.
That's
son
not
of-
the timing.
He really
Oh.
needed that too. That's so much experience that he needs.
Yeah.
Time
Oh,
for the
he's
tower.
not going to
Kill
get the
creeps.
pull either.
Oh, he doesn't want the wave. He just wants the tower damage.
Oh, okay.
Because
I
you
see
want the
what you're
last
saying.
hits.
Got it. Interesting. So, Ember played in position 4. Now, the fact that you have all of these cores in a disruptor, a hero that's going to scale into the late game, does this mean that, like, Finem really need to keep up the pressure early on? Like, can they... how bad is it if it starts to go late?
Pretty bad. I would say, you know, if this Ember actually ever gets into this veil that Pablo has queued up, that is such a wishful queue, by the way. Support Ember is already looking towards like, yeah, I'll have that thing soon. Piece of cake. I'm gonna steal every bounty rune in the goddamn game.
Oh my god. They're actually going to dive over here top, going on the E scale. They've been able to catch him again, and they will be able to steal this bounty rune from him. Nicely played there. As I miss First Blood down in the bottom lane, they end up being able to take down Skylark. So nicely played there. Meanwhile, over to the side, Spartan being pulled back in. He is going to die as well. So a couple quick kills going the way of Horde. Nice little glimpse used down there to be able to find the kill on Underlord. Stepping too far afoot against the Ursa.
Actually, this is something else, dude. This is quite the game. I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to work out for Finem. This could be a total disaster or absolutely genius if they get that early lead.
Skylark maybe in some trouble, but they found Pablo. They are going to get the imprisonment there.
Not the
and-
support, Ember!
Oh, he goes down. Nice little play there. And now with Ake in the area, needs to be careful. Firestorm. The thing about that was Firestorm broke down his Flame Guard so quickly as well. Excalibur in the mid lane is being pushed back out by the Jakiro too. So Bug is having a better time of it after getting those first couple levels.
You think Pablo's just sitting there like, yo, no, I'll just give me the Ember. I'll play it. I got this. Like, backup strats prepared for Horde. This is, I mean, it was a serious counter pick for sure with the Jakiro, but it does take away a lot from a more standard draft. So this would be a really big win for Horde if they manage to pull this out with a very unique idea.
Yeah, it's not often that you see ideas like this end up coming to fruition so nicely. We'll see if Skylark should be able to escape from this one. Oh, Gorif on top of him does have the ground pound, but there's the TP away. They're going to need another one and won't find it, so he is going to escape. But a little bit more room for the Pablo Ember to come to fruition.
Oh
They
man,
keep on farming the camp.
gotta kill those golems.
Oh no, the tower stole a last hit. It's rough. I mean, he got a null, so he's on his way. Excalibur? Still taking damage there. And Thug is having himself a good old time already.
Standard support duo looking to possibly smoke up or make a rotation here. Yeah, there's a smoke on that courier. I mean, who else would it be? Just 4 minutes in, but as they toke up at 4:20 exactly. Dang.
Oh, what a great one.
Yeah, and they'll make their maneuver here with support Ember.
Ooh, movement in now. They have found the Sand King over here to the side, and well, sort of blocked, but the Burrow Strike will be able to make him escape. So now the rotation in towards mid. Oak in some trouble possibly, although he might be able to find the kill on Excalibur before he ends up going down. Nicely played there. So it will be some much needed gold into the coffers of Pablo. Means he can buy a second null.
No one expects the support Ember wraparound.
Oh. It's true enough. God, what a weird game. How do we analyze this? Like,
You just watch it and enjoy, dude.
all right.
There's nothing. We just wait to see if this Veil comes online for the Jakiro. They can get some sort of a push going. The metamorphosis of the Terrorblade is going to be pretty intriguing. If they ever leave him open, Madara's just going to force down this tower.
And I mean, Pablo's going to keep this rotation over. He does have the 2 seconds on Syrian Chains now, so that second point, super value for Ember. Points up in Flame Guard as well, but it looks like he just wants to keep on farming for a bit. And I guess they're not really losing much. No towers are going down at this point, although there is a tiny bit of damage onto the tier 1 in the mid lane. It feels like Horde kind of have an okay way to deal with this early aggression, or any early aggression that would come, so not bad.
He's got 3 points in the Caustic, so he's easily holding this lane right now. Not enough threat really to bring him down with 2 points in the Burrow Strike. And they'd have to get some sort of like, they just don't have the long enough lockdown. They have Shadow Demon and Io with no direct stuns, so he can just make himself disappear. That's the Sand King and Burrow Striking away. And that just means, like, no pressure on the tower because he doesn't die. The tower gets held. But now here's the Thug wraparound. This is where this whole plan needs to come together. And
yeah, they don't have vision of this yet either. This is some problems. They are going to get the glimpse back and away, but already got the slow onto the Disruptor. So it looks like he is going to maybe go down now. Damage is there. Metamorphosis, yes, they find the kill. And now time to, well, I guess not pressure the tower. Thug gets caught out for the moment. They do have another tether to him if they want to use it, as well as bottle charges on the Io, so staying alive a little bit longer. Gork trying to chase. They do find that kill, and that puts Spartan out of position. He is going to go down as well. What was looking to be an okay exchange right there for Finem ends up coming back to haunt them. Skylar got some free time down bottom, but not great.
Yeah, really smart by Horde just to be ready for that. They know exactly how the strategy is going to work out, right? They're just waiting for some sort of a timing with Jakiro and Terrorblade where they can find a pressuring opportunity. So Horde ready, the TPs appearing almost instantaneously, and Gork picks up a very nice kill to send him towards his Blink Dagger.
Yeah. This is a pretty nice little moment there for him. It does look like Finem want to try and take the pressure to Horde yet again, as Ake left alone down here bottom. Have Firestorm maxed out as well as Pit of Malice, and there's a good bit of damage thrown at him. The dive is going to come, and Ake doesn't really have a great answer to it. TP, Pablo, as well as E-Skill, they're doing some damage, but getting healed back up by Io. They are going to be able to bring him down. Skylark, unfortunately, is going to drop, but it looks like Pablo might also be one to go down himself, able to find the chains, but for now, should be okay. And they're going to cut the creep wave as well, do a good bit of damage to this tower, looking for more in the jungle. But of course the pop is enraged, running away. Maybe next time, not able to find that kill on Excalibur. Throws out the Assassinate, not going to kill maybe next time either. But this should be the tier 1 bottom.
Yeah, as well as the pressure top lane too. This whole time, all this roaming through the jungle, it's drawing some supports and cores in and out of that jungle area. And now Madara, he'll be forced back, but he didn't pop Metamorphosis or anything. Oh, but he does get glimpsed.
He has a Sunder available, which might be able to keep him alive. Turns him back around onto Excalibur, and well, there is the Underlord coming in on top of him. You never expected Excalibur is not going to be able to find the kill right there onto the Terrorblade, surviving by the skin of his teeth. The Burrow Strike in onto Thug Goric there as well. Can they escape? Looks like Horde initiating to not die, but Skylark making use of that Dark Rift.
Yo,
Good play.
that was a pretty sweet squad up right there. Very well positioned there. I mean, that's what happens when they're all just pressuring in this jungle, focusing down bottom, and immediately can just join their TB. So very nice use of the Dark Rift. Not something we see too often, you know. Pitlord just so much more about this aura, building up the mechanism, being generally tanky. But the big Dark Rift, the number one thing everyone was looking for when this year got introduced in the game, especially in the competitive scene. Everyone was so hyped about that.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see it used offensively instead of just defensively, like you're saying. Like you don't see it
much more
that
frustrating.
often. Yeah, exactly. Occasionally frustrating to watch as well.
Yeah.
You know, you never have to worry about like you're never committing anything when you have that hero. But this time around, the tower's still at 400 HP. One still above 1,000. So at Finem still have a lot of work to do if they want to keep the pressure on. And Jakiro did end up going for that Veil first. A lot of magic damage.
Yeah, Pablo almost has his finished. Precision for Ember, not too bad. He'll have to TP mid though to help out.
Now,
He'll easily get Jakiro.
oh, getting some trouble. Is going to throw out the nice stun. Connects onto two of them, but they don't stay in the Pit of Malice long enough. And Finem lose their Jakiro, not going to be able to find anything in return.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Gork just continuing to farm up. Might head into the Morbid Mask. Could potentially just finish off with Vlad's too. Our Ursas are still a little bit divided on what they're up to these days. Some just skipping lifesteal altogether.
Getting close to those level 10 talent for him. Well, actually, he just picked it up now, so going for the damage to them as if they are. Oh, nice. No, that's not what you want to have happen. Skylark might get out of this one, but that was a really, really bad little movement there. And now finding as well, maybe next time. There's a lot of trouble. They have the ice path down on top of Gore, but Pablo is there as well. Good bit of damage being dealt out. Madara's in the area too, being slowed down though. That shrapnel, and they lose two more. Meaning nothing in return. At Finem, a little bit sloppy here.
Using the Metamorphosis too. I mean, he had an Arcane Rune, so it's not a total disaster. But it does really delay that next push that they could look for when everyone's back up. But then again, they're close mid. Pitlord's now back alive too. And they can all make their way mid. What about SK? Mr. Still not up at that blink.
Oh. They got the ulti off onto Sniper, which at least forces them back for a moment. And they're going to relocate forward, looking for the kill. They have been able to find Ake and E-Skill, slowing them down. Burrow Strike's still there. Pit of Malice down as well. They've got the Liquid Fire, trying to Burrow Strike away. And looks like they are going to be able to jump back and away. Oh, Gorg jumped in on top of him as they relocated out. So Sniper, or rather Spartan and Madara are going to be safe for the moment.
And Towers using knockdown. Okay. The Death Ball is working. Burn is up on the IO. Skylark is nearing that mech. Just another 450 gold to go. And in goes Gork to the pit.
Do they realize? All right, yeah, now they spot out and understand where this disruption onto the Ursa. You know, they might not have realized that Ursa was in there. I guess if they had the wards, they might have spotted him going in, but he blinked in, I think. Oh,
yeah, he blinked from the high ground.
No! Oh god, Glenn's back. Yeah, he's gone.
And that'll be blink. So that should help secure Roche, just having the threat of SK. And Gork can just use his ultimate, as well as have the Sand King come in and help tank. How kind.
Do a Firestorm, not a Malice, so not completely free at this stage. No Macro Pyre yet from Thug, just wanting to invest more points into that damage and having a nice path. So they actually forced them back and away. Horde are a little bit scared here.
Yeah, I like Thug's build. Probably now with the threat of Roche, he'd love to get into Macro Pyre with 11 and 12. Just needing that 1 point the Ice Path stun. Again, they are severely lacking on stuns. In fact, he has the only one. So, kind of an issue.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with someone slippery like an Ursa. I mean, slows are very strong against him too, particularly the Purge, which I'm sure maybe next time is being sure to throw it every single time.
No.
But when it comes to the Ember Spirit, not quite as effective, although they are nice for slowing down those Remnant speeds.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing about it is he can always Remnant back out and away, but Burrow Strike being able to be canceled or not able to be casted while you're caught in the Pit of Malice is something that can be the difference between, you know, finding the kill on that Sand King or making sure that he doesn't get out and away for a good epi.
That's true. Despite not having like direct stunts, if they can actually just layer over a couple Pit of Malices and the Ice Path helping to keep them in there for one more tick to get the next route going.
Oh,
that stuff can be very handy against some of them.
Madara, he spotted out and pinged that his illusion was slowed down as he ran through the smoked up E-Skill and Ake, so they realized that these heroes are over in the area, and, well, Spartan probably still going to go down because of it. So, I guess wanted to make sure that they were over there. Madara's like, I told you! Listen to me.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It was a scouting mission.
Radiant's bottom tower
It's,
is under
gotta
attack.
get rid of those smokes somehow. Come on, Pablo, level 9. He's doing it. He's almost up into the glorious talent that will make him a hero.
They are defending top as well, so he might not think that there's anybody near him.
Dire's top tower.
Let's have a remnant out as well, it looks like.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower
top
is
lane.
under attack.
Oh, they're going in on it. Excalibur caught out. E-Skill also in trouble. Gork is going to be on top of Spartan, but still be in trouble. Do they have another Ice Path in a second? 3 seconds away from it. Looks like that is going to be the tier 1 top down. So all tier 1 towers taken.
Dire's
That was nice. They thought they could catch Madara really quickly with that blink into the epicenter, but wasn't enough damage fast enough. Gets the Sunder off, turns that one around, and they needed that fight so badly. They need to put this pressure on because it's pretty obvious. Look at the lineups, but the later this goes, things will not look well for a mid Jakiro versus a position 4 Ember. The split push will be very real coming up from Finem. Rather from Horde.
Madara left alone here. This could be a scary fight for them indeed. They've already controlled out Madara. No Sunder, as you said. They're going to go for the Dark Rift, but...
Fail.
Get out of there.
The escape pod working as intended.
No, they need to do it. It is a little bit scary because they don't have like a ton of great ways to keep Madara alive if Io isn't there with them. And good recognition and play by Ursa there to make sure that they're able to take him out at the start of the fight. Gork is having a good game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, as expected, Horde will just keep pressuring top, pinging away with Excalibur. Oh, a little bit of a pause there. But despite their double kill that happened top with the Terrorblade able to knock some down, then TV goes down. Whoa, speaking of TV, do you look at him right now? Look at this. Down at the bottom shrine.
Whoa.
Oh, that is nice. That's a beautiful pose.
Hey guys. Oh,
He looks like he just finished the vault at the Olympics, like he was doing his gymnast routine. But yeah, they immediately get this tower backed off. So they're getting this split push on. They're countering out this mega push lineup from Finem, this 5-man Aura Death Ball stack. And once Pablo has bots up, things get pretty scary.
Ooh, and this is kind of neat too. Underlord going back for the Helm of the Dominator after the mechanism.
Yeah, more auras.
More utility stuff. Guess that, are there any good auras that could come out with imprisoning anybody from Horde? Doesn't really seem like it, although Excalibur illusions are going to do a lot of damage to the rest of his team, depending upon what build he ends up going. I guess with Maelstrom, maybe not so much. Yeah, just pressing around the map. They're ready to relocate in with Spartan if they need to, and Madara can just keep on farming away here. Itself a grand old time.
I'm feeling pretty good for Horde's chances right now. Finem certainly can turn this around. I think if they could get a smoke play or some sort of a gank where they can then get into Roche would be the best possible option for Finem. Even if it means you have to burn a Metamorphosis, just denying that Aegis from Horde and being able to pressure into these towers would really help accelerate their current game plan. And perhaps they're waiting on some sort of an item here. It's just a Yasha for the TB, so nothing really. Akiro's sitting on a lot of cash. And Thug maybe trying to figure out what he needs to try and bring this game into their control.
Telling you, it's Dragonlance time.
Atos? Probably.
Atos wouldn't do that, yeah.
Up against the Ursa. The only thing is it doesn't do anything against Ember because he can still Remnant, which is really frustrating.
Yeah.
Maybe you need Dragonlance. Bloodthorn, there you go.
There we go. Is he really? No, he's not queuing it up. Okay.
No.
That's also very bold. Yeah, it just feels like now like Horde have gotten so much out of this Ember pick now, and with the bottle there, he's constantly able to move around the map. They're starting to pressure the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Everybody from Horde is very set up for any type of fight that could go on right now. And actually found Madara able to stun him out with that Centaur. A little bit frustrating.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Heal. I have to watch for the epicenter play.
Look at the wraparound.
is coming. Skylark looking for it. They found Excalibur to start the fight. They go for the epicenter. Decides to go into the mid lane on a Skylark, and a lot of damage being done. But Venom's still so tanky. That is going to be the IO gone. And Skylark dropped down low as well. So he is going to die. Imprisonment now that's being caught onto one. Jakiro trying to take down and kill off Iskio. It's not going to end up happening. On the other side of the fight, they haven't been able to kill off Ake or Gork either. So, two go down from Ad Finem. Again, the healers, and Thug in no man's land is also going to be punished for this. Bail on bail action. Maybe they can kill off Pablo? No. They just don't have the control.
That was a really nice wraparound play from Finem, and the SK using the full epicenter on the Underlord, noting the importance of getting rid of him so they can secure up some of these kills. And wow, Madar, or rather Thug, still not sure what he needs. He's like, all right, I'm just going Midas. Maybe not the best sign considering their general game plan, but it seems they've accepted that we're probably going to be heading into the late 30s, 40 minutes here.
Yeah.
For them to close out this one into a victory.
I mean, it's certainly not the end of the world for them as far as like being able to deal damage. It's always hard to deal with a Terrorblade in the late game, but it does start to feel like if these fights keep on going, at least breaking even, not to mention the fact that Horde have been winning several of them, it just, like you said, it doesn't bode well. Everything together doesn't bode well for them.
Also unable to deny this Roche. A big deal for them right now.
Yeah. That slows down momentum just so much. Maybe some type of other play is needed by Skylark. They actually ended up going back for a Hood of Defiance instead of finishing off the Helm of the Dominator.
The first bear burns immortally.
Oh, interesting. That's
Yeah.
good. They do need a pipe. This Sand King. Just Skylark knows he can be focused every single time. Even just, yeah, that's really smart actually. So he just like starts heading in. He's like, oh wait, I could just take this headdress and transform to pipe.
Spartan. He's just out of range. They have found him, but it looks like he just barely was almost going to be able to get out of there on the relocate back. But they're relocating to try to deal damage to the tower. Everybody responds. That does free up Madara to pressure out this bottom tier 2 tower, though. Iskio is there, a Burrow Strike connection. They have been able to find him. Good bit of damage. Pablo's here as well. They're starting to bring a low Sunder, but they find the kill nonetheless. Position for Pablo on his Ember Spirit, making the difference in that one. Maybe next time doesn't get hit with the chains. And
that would have been pretty lucky if he got him to be there.
Got his TP available. Chains are back off cooldown now, so I think the Skylark is along for this world. They do have IO, but I don't know, maybe. It's a tough one. They're slowing down Gork as well, so Ice Path, dissuade them from going any further. I don't know if I'd want to go in on that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you turn them back, but there's also zero kill potential the other way. Their lineup just doesn't have much jump, doesn't have much catch. It's very much a approach tower, try and keep them from jumping on top of you. And the current game just not working out too well for them.
Yeah.
Pablo into his bots and halfway towards that blink there. Once this blink is up, this game is just so difficult. All this pressure from a Terrorblade is negated by the position 4, and this isn't like a Keeper of the Light. Yeah, Coddle's a great hero. This is an Ember Spirit. This guy's gonna get in that Maelstrom, the Mjolnir. He's gonna do so much damage. They have no stuns to really deal with him.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, is there's just no way to punish. And I don't know about you, but I'm starting to wonder if Ember should be, like, you know, not able to Remnant when Root is on him. I don't know. Maybe it's just the thought I have, but Skylark probably going to die here. Yeah, it's a very dead Underlord.
I mean, you should probably just pick a stun against Ember, to be honest.
Yeah.
As much as I hate playing against Ember Spirits, I can be honest enough myself that, like, I hate to see how Storm Spirit was killed. Can't kill every Spirit hero, man.
Yeah, you'd kill the Spirit of Dota 2.
Ah!
Hey! Alright, well, tier 2 tower is going to start to go down for Dire. They're trying to get a trade here up at top, and they do push incredibly fast. If you're a Horde, you cannot sleep on the pressure of Jakiro. Oh, Iskio though. You're not sleeping on them. They have been able to find Madara. Pablo also on top of maybe next time. They're going to be able to get the relocate out, but they pull him back in. in. It was a great disruption, but he ends up paying the price regardless. Madara got the Sun Drop in the midst of that. Pablo gets lifted up by the Ult Scepter. They are going to throw down the Macro Pyre. Ice Path was on cooldown. They bring back in Skylark with them, and starting to hear the Epicenter get riled up. They're going to bring him down very low. Pablo's still alive, but finally killed off by the Firestorm. And it looks like Horde might have gone a bit too deep here.
Yeah, bringing back in Skylark. Nicely done. Okay.
Storm.
You lose Madara, but in the end, you at least got quite a bit this fight. Thug is still... Shout out to Thug, by the way. Top of the net worth. Got his Merlini build here. Boss Midas. Every hero, every time.
Good.
And Force Staff will be next for him. Wow, maybe he will. Oh, okay. He's camped out of his queue. Who knows? You know, we're reaching that point. You might get your wish, dude. Could happen. You could start transitioning. There's not really much else to go in the ways of spellcasting.
Dragonlance Deso. That's the build.
Deso?
Deso. Deso Jakiro. With Dragonlance. You know, I'll just mention this real quickly. There's a very annoying thing that happens with Jakiro, and if you're a Jakiro player, you know what I'm talking about. When you go for this Liquid Fire, your next auto attack often comes... Like, if you do it with a Dragonlance, then you get 2 in a row without having to, like, shoot one weird intermittent one without the Liquid Fire on it.
It's also, if you don't have it if you have it queued on auto attack, it attacks from your normal attack range, but if you try and, like, press E and use it, you go to, like, a closer range, isn't that right?
I think that there is something like that.
There's some very annoying Jakiro stuff. I remember last time I played him, I was getting a little bit frussy, but currently they're smoking. Looking to make them a bit frussy, and it's going to pop here.
Skylark, the one that gets caught out there, they can go for the disruption. They need to keep Skylark alive here, but he already used it on cooldown. In some trouble. Spartan there to try and keep his buddy alive. They have the silence on him, but Skylark, oh so tanky, and now also Thug is joined up. They throw the Burrow Strike onto him. Skylark finally going to go down. Thug in a lot of trouble as well. Maybe next time trying to help out his buddy, but it was never going to be enough. Kinetic field, a couple quick right clicks. Spartan able to jump away and gets the TP just before Pablo finds him. Thug will also escape, but they've already lost 3. Yeah, that's a very tough game right now for Finem to deal with. Horde playing out of their mind.
Yeah, Spartan just held him in there for so long. I thought he was going to relocate the Underlord, but I guess he just really felt like he was going to be able to survive through that burst and then get a heal up going. And not quite able to do so. So, very successful smoke here from the Radiant side. Horde looking strong. 2 more minutes till Roche. And Pablo has full-fledged entered the fold here. He's now the quote-unquote position 3. He has fired past skill here and going to be a very dominant force as we head to this later stages of the game.
No.
Shiva's will be the item here for Thug. So he's going to keep building off of what he currently has, just another item to make use of his magic amplification.
Yeah, that makes sense, definitely. And he did go for the plus 125 cast range as well for his talent. Any other ones that are really surprising? Not really. Ember's just going to be built the same way that he always is. No shrapnel DPS for Excalibur. There's not really anything too surprising as far as all these are concerned. But I think the next couple of minutes are where we're probably going to see Horde really take a dominant advantage, unless they're able to find a couple kills for Finem. It's like the do or die time for Finem here.
Yeah, the next couple Terrorblade fights too, and if he can get up to that next big item too, maybe pass the Manta into a Butterfly or a Scotty or whatever he is going to be most effective, maybe that'll be enough for him. And this 10-second BKB could also perhaps win them a big fight.
No vision right now over to the side. They just see the Terrorblade. Might have spotted the Jakiro at the last second. Ult Scepter lift up that cast range coming into play. Now they got Excalibur. If they can find this kill here, it would be absolutely huge. They do take him down. Glimpse gone out and
wow. I guess
nicely
not having
done.
the Hurricane Pike really hurting him this early. I'm shocked they were able to close that gap on him. They just have such poor gap closing in general now.
And, I mean, you need to be careful at this point. Burrow Strike, nice little connection there. Oh my god, Gort, though, just dismantling Spartan, and they already brought back on the Sniper. Madara in trouble, getting torn up through all of this. They have brought down the Ursa, though, and Pablo and Pablo as well. They are going to be able to find that kill. So that's no buyback right now on the Ursa as they're looking to start to storm high ground. Everybody on Ad Finem alive. They go into the epicenter. Maybe next time barely left alive there. They get the relocate out. Everybody's still alive for Ad Finem. Somehow they're doing this. And Doug,
Oh, they're coming back in now.
trying to go back in, and they are going to end up losing Fog, but still a lot of damage being done by Madara. He buys back into the game. They want to take this fight.
They know.
Kill for Madara.
They need these racks.
This is their moment. This is their time. Got to start doing the dog barks in chat if you believe.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
Holy crap. Have they done it? I mean, at least
They
one
got
of the
racks. Tier 2s are still up on both lanes, so they can't transition any further. Plus, there's an Ursa coming back, and not too long till Sniper's back up as well. So, massive win. Barton kind of beating that one out, man. He took so long to buy back. I was confident he would, but he just waited till that last moment, came back in, and made sure Skylark survived through a couple different AoE ultis. And then that was a sick play too, taking Skylark back to the fountain, healing back up, and then Dark Rifting right back in, and just using that nice synergy to keep their auras up and alive. Narrowly returning in time for Madara to be helped out, and then Thug just able to buy back and rejoin too. So plenty of resources committed. Could be a bounce back potential here from Horde as they had to spend a lot of gold. They basically probably went like net zero almost for Finem. Well, actually,
it's a pretty big one.
No, that's pretty good despite all the buybacks.
That's a pretty good one. And would have been had there not been those buybacks. And honestly, like the fact that they ended up losing the tier 3 in barracks anyways, like I guess the only thing that they could have potentially done was threaten tier 4s maybe, but there was no other way for them to take it. So buybacks possibly a little bit wasted there.
Well, they used them all when it still looked like they were going to get the save on the racks.
Yeah.
Fair. Very late Roche. Bad for Horde.
Where are we at right
nice
now?
Shot now. Oh, this really hurts, man. Isso's gonna sit in here for like a full minute because that's like a max time Roche.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, everything coalescing here to put Ad Finem in a position to win. With name Jakiro went for the gold as his upgrade, so he gets a bonus 150 gold per minute. This looks like it's squaring off time for Roshan. Throw strike. Nope. All right, he's skill, maybe in some trouble now. He's starting to be brought down low. He way oversteps his bounds. Is gonna just drop to this. We do see Gork gone on top of maybe next time. Oh, a good ice pad though. It connected onto Pablo somehow, as well as the Ursa, and trying to get out of there. Thug is going to be able to escape for the moment. Meanwhile, Skylark trying to run him down. They are going to be able to find the ice pad yet again. Ursa killed. Right around the time that Roche is up, Excalibur is here as well. If they wanted to, they could go for a relocate play to try and cut him off. But not going to do it. Just feeling confident at the buyback on the Ursa. They don't want to take that fight yet.
Oh, tense game. Buyback, Diffusal Blade.
Oh, there are no more buybacks in the game right now. It doesn't happen anymore.
Fort Ember has his Maelstrom, just be a nice little boost in his overall damage, and a great time to get it as the fight around the pit will be our next battleground. And currently just split pushing a little bit here. They have relocate back in a full minute, so be a little bit careful. Oh, yeah. Go the shrine.
Oh, Roche goes down. Nicely played. Spartan keeping Skylark alive as well, but they don't want to take this fight, I guess. It's a little bit too scary, so Ad Finem will back out, happy with where they ended up. And I mean, take a look. You have this Terrorblade just so far ahead. Now, 5,000 gold ahead of the Sniper as well as the Ursa. We talked about the late scaling potential of Horde. Do you think that Ad Finem have built up enough of a gap that they can still be in it? Are they ahead right now, or is Horde still kind of holding on to that sort of lead because of their core scaling better?
I'd say it's almost even. Finem definitely have the edge. They're in a way better spot, not only because of the fact that, you know, they took that giant set of racks bottom, but they did build up enough of that big deficit where it's just like, okay, we actually can't just wait out this whole time. We will get choked out. Like, they have so many items that their farm is going to be sped up quite a bit on Finem, so they're just going to get to the even bigger items that are very difficult to deal with. I think probably need to find a way to actually close this gap in onto the Sniper, though. They very fortunate they caught Excalibur out at that bottom tower before that fight started. And just need to watch out for that again, really. Like, I don't know how he got caught out, but that was massive. Like, not having him to start out that fight on the top of the towers is just brutal for them.
Yeah, no, totally. And I mean, I guess that just goes to show, maybe it has to be off the back of a relocate. Tough to tell.
Yeah, well, now his Mjolnir too is just going to make a very big difference in these illusions being able to siege up into their racks, but not a big enough difference for that tier 2. So Gork will be forced to deny. Illusion spam just a bit too much via Terror Blade and Shadow Demon working in tandem.
Yeah, smoked up and looking for that initiation, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find it.
This one rack's just so massive for Finem with this kind of a lineup. The global presence, the fact the ever-present just pushing down the bottom lane. At least they do have Pablo, but with it being this magic style, much less effective against super creeps than something like the Battle Fury would be. Oh, well, that'll end up being a freebie.
Yeah. They relocated to the bottom to let Madara push it out, and
yeah,
unfortunately, yeah, caught him on the comeback.
That's fine, though. Not a big deal for Finem.
God, look at the gold gain of Thug. Just goes up so quickly.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I don't know if I've seen one of these at 150. That's an intense gold gain.
Yeah. The puck one is pretty great as well, obviously.
It's like 300, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is his orb is just too sick. It's so funny. I love that thing. You can, like, orb to secret job. Like fountain. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Makes an already squishy or elusive
slippery
hero even more so. Towards slippery. That's good. So, Jakiro, level 22. He's got himself that Midas, Shiva's Guard at this point as well. I'm starting to wonder if, like, Hex is an option. You already have the blink from maybe next time, so if they need to, they can just go for, you know, a nice quick disruption onto the sniper maybe. So
like
they can start no damage. E-Blade? Okay.
No, it wouldn't be the worst against Ursa and Sniper. It kind of depends. I haven't caught too much of how Thug's dying in these fights. If he's finding that he's just getting like pecked down and focused by Sniper, that could be a problem. I definitely agree. Someone probably needs to find a way to get a Scythe. But it's not easy. Like, even if you go blink onto one of these heroes, as our Shadow Demon already has, if you were to, like, let's say, go for a Scythe or something, it's still difficult to follow up on that Scythe. Like, how do you get the rest of this team into the base? You can't just Dark Rift into the middle. You can only relocate one person. You could do God tier, no, that's not going to work.
No, okay.
Trying to find the mega strats, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just Adfinum's lineup is not well equipped to deal with a sniper, and it's because it was the last pick sniper after. I mean, who expects the position 4 Ember, right? Which is now kind of, I guess, the position 3. We were talking about that earlier, verging on position 2.
All right, so the play is you need the bots on Skylark, right? The bots too, so he can TP or pit, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, this is the play right here. The Dark Rift into Ake, and well, maybe next time they are going to be able to chase him down. Pablo's still off and away. They have already committed and killed off Ake. Does he not have his bots? They're looking, but not finding. Jumps away from there.
And Skylark is building up into that scythe too, so he'll have the Force Staff, and it does just mean if like the Ursa tries to jump in, he can be scythed, so they have a much nicer threat in terms of stuns other than the root here. And Finem looking pretty good. They haven't been able to really extrapolate their lead too much. It's not into a crazy point. It's only like 4K net worth. Pretty irrelevant at the current moment.
Oh, Yule Scepter lift up. Got Pablo for a moment. It's going to be really hard for them to keep a hold of him, though. And he just backs out and away. They need that scythe online so badly.
Yeah, very frustrating, but Pablo already back down bottom split pushing. This is the thing, though. He is not good against Super Creep.
Yeah.
Not effective at all.
That's true.
At least in comparison.
And now...
God, he like barely does anything to it.
The BKB is online for Thug. This is round 2 of this push, and this time Excalibur here to try and defend the barracks. And
I like his Mask of Madness pickup too. This was smart. They just need every bit of damage they can.
A lot of damage being thrown out there. Madara caught there inside the disruption. Still a lot of damage being dealt up. They found the ice pack onto Pablo. The tower's already down. A little bit of a mix-up there. They pull it back in. Madara pops his BKB to turn and fight Gort. In some trouble. Sunder a little bit off the mark there as they have been able to take down one. Thug misses his ice pack, but is going to still be able to not walk out of there as of yet. They're able to keep Skylark alive yet again, but Namel's not going to be able to keep him alive from that one. Thug pushed forward and brought down. So 100 seconds without that. Oh, relocate back into it. They go after Excalibur. They jumped into this one. Spartan ends up dropping. Oh, Skylark needs to pop that Dark Rift right now. Otherwise, they're all going to get wiped. He's trying to go for it, and Madara going to TP away. Maybe next time not able to save his buddy. They lose absolutely everybody. That's a dieback for Underlord. God, that was a catastrophe.
Yeah, really nice buyback from the Ursa. That was needed and disaster. And the Underlord. Now that's 2,000 gold he loses, and he was our Scythe buyer. So that gives even more space now to our Ember. Pablo continues to have free reign over this map. Excalibur did a really nice job that fight, just his spacing. Just unable to go too deep. If he was caught out, they would have just lost. He had no buyback. Now he does, thanks to his gold count going up. And they'll grab this last tower and be able to close out shrines now. Establishing a little bit of map control for themselves and mostly denying it away from Finem, who are already very obnoxious to deal with between their IO and Underlord.
I really like this decision by Horde as well. Whoever's making the shot calls right now is like, you know that you're going to see the team. Oh, are they really going to get that?
Towering.
Okay. All right, relocate back in. Spartan going to be able to pull him back out. Easy tower.
Oh, that was nice. That was pretty filthy.
All right, and I guess that's the way that you continue to take this game at this point. Because I was going to say, like, in a 5-on-5 engagement, Horde are going to really be able to, I think, dominate Ad Finem for the most part. Maybe not completely, but as long as Excalibur's left it just hit on his own. I mean, he did 8,000 damage in that last fight.
And Pablo, he has enough gold now. Or the Octarine Core, about to get 25. Well, I say about to, but he's 24. It still takes a little while to get fully there.
Nice experience.
I don't know. It's like, this is his job and his life down here, but if he ever falters, I mean, the creep wave only has to get to, like, here, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. And they're just going to metamorphose in and clear out one of these racks. So that means that Scythe, God, that buyback really did hurt them. Massively so. If they could focus some sort of play onto Pablo, I mean, look at this. They're going to find him, but just gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, in an instant. Maybe if it was like... The only thing that I can end up seeing happening maybe is like if you could defusal and just drain all his mana very quickly. But I think at this point, you know, doubling down and buying a defusal blade probably isn't in Terrorblade's best interest.
Probably
like, it's not worth it.
They don't even have the stuns to hold them in place for that anyway.
Yeah.
They are very one-dimensional, but bringing everybody down the bottom lane. They did reveal it though. They didn't wait till the wave was dead. It's kind of interesting. Thought maybe they go for like more of a sneaky play. So they should know that the full army is bottom.
You don't have TPs on Sand King or Ursa. Yeah, they're going to be there in time, but they won't be completely set up.
So this is the butterfly, not here yet. Where is it? Oh, no, it is here. Okay, he's got it now. We're good.
Yeah. Relocate to the top lane. They read this a mile away. Madara being gone upon. He's dropping super low. Pops his BKB, gets the Sunder off, and turns to fight now. Almost able to take down Pablo. Step away from them. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is going towards the mid lane. They are going to be able to take that down, but they lost Madara.
No, he got relocated back, dude.
Oh my god, alright. Okay, never mind. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me, as now Skylark is going to be in a little bit of trouble. But forced out the way, still fine for the moment. Gork, they pop the BKB, but they are going to be able to get the purge off on Skylark, being kept alive again by the IO. Spartan making huge plays. He's going to go for the TP up, and the Burrow Strike is going to connect. So, they save Madara. They get the ranged barracks.
That was amazing. He was way back here. Like so far the distance, and they even knew he went up that way, but he just edged himself, so it was like absolute max range of tether, and you could barely see the fact that tether even hit Madara before he got relocated back down bottom. So very clutch of Madara to be able to get off that Sunder, not able to burst him down, even with the bashes coming out from Gork. And they will lose one melee Rex. Oh, right. Pardon me. That was the range racks up top, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
they're actually quite fine.
Yeah, it's still a little bit sketchy, and melee here in the bottom lane is very low to the point where you can almost think about like relocating in with TB and trying to outdo backdoor protection. I saw a cute little move that they did earlier where maybe next time was imprisoning Madara as he was getting relocated out, and so they were able to create illusions at the spot where he spawns. Oh, that was a scary moment. But
Oh,
Excalibur
snatch, they actually got
snatch
the
the
kill.
ages. All right, that's pretty cool.
Well, what actually got the damage?
I guess maybe a liquid fire or dual breath? I don't know.
Impressive. Well, either way, a little bit of gold heading over to the dire side, and a snatch added on to the resume of Excalibur. Congratulations. You know, you don't get too many of those as a sniper.
It's not often.
Is that going as activity feed when it's in a captain's mode game?
I think
It'd be
so.
like, snatch the Aegis in a match as sniper. Damn, dude. That's
Oh,
intense.
Dark Rift. All right, everybody up top. Creating some illusions of Spartan that time. The skill moving forward. Burrow Strike connects on the two of them. There's the glimpse back. I've already been able to bring down that IO, and Malice laid down. Hasn't connected on the too many. The macro pyro is down as well. Maybe next time off in the corner, and oh, he's able to imprison himself, staying alive for the moment. The static storm is down top of Thug, but was able to pop his BKB, and it looks like they've already been able to take down that sniper. Thug in a lot of trouble. The BKB is going to wear off. Not that long. They're still going to be able to run this down. Madara pretty low, but he can maybe
the Sunder?
Sunder. It doesn't come off. They take down 4 of Ad Finem, make it 5. And that one really hurts. Yeah, losing the IO at the start, it just can't happen. I'll buyback from Thug. Get on cooldown as quickly as possible. Another huge win for Horde.
Yeah, that Aegis paying off. Allowing Excalibur to really go in there, just be like they had to deal with them. I mean, he just does too much damage. But then you're spending so many resources knocking this guy down.
Oh, and now Thug, the lone survivor. I mean, he does have macro pyro, which is, one of the better ways to deal with this.
It's a good job by Pablo too, just making sure to focus on this. Very aware that buybacks could come out and have an instant sacking of your base if you leave any opportunity for it.
Yeah.
So making sure it's well pushed before he joins his team mid.
Very good stuff there. And obviously, you can deal with super creeps at this point for Horde, but mega creeps might become a different issue. Spartan has to be so careful right now. And for them, certainly not a must-win game as far as the group stage is concerned, but it is one of those situations where if you're losing and taking games off of these teams that shouldn't necessarily be giving you that type of trouble, given your performance at the major, it's going to be hard for them to actually deal with it going through the rest of the group stage.
Well, we're closing in on our scythe. Still rather far away here. 1,700 gold.
Yeah. And I still can't believe how well this Ember Spirit has worked out. I mean, do you think this was something that could have been punished by Ad Finem any further, or was
Not
it just
really.
something? Yeah.
I mean, they just didn't have any sort of the roaming support duo. Doesn't really want to invade that early. They're a bit busy with their TB. Don't want to leave him alone. So he's just doing his little pull thing, getting levels. And when we come back to some of the difficulties here, so Thug will be the one to grab up his scythe for himself.
Okay.
Rather handy.
It's still going to be a little bit tough trying to... I mean, now they can kill off Ember in the split push, and that's what they're trying to do right now. You can see the movement by all of them. I don't know if Pablo is expecting this. He had a ultimate orb in his inventory throughout most of that, but right now he's up in the top lane. And the Dark Rift to go for him. All right, yeah, this is a really good play.
Yeah, this is nice. Radiant vision, he doesn't see anything. But look how careful he's playing.
Yeah, he is playing really careful. Pablo.
Oh, this is spooky.
Oh my god. All right, he throws back his remnant. This could be the moment. Looking for it. Force that forward. Sheep stick up. Nicely played. Can they finish it off though? They missed the ice path. Oh, Pablo. He jumps out and away, but he still might be able to get gone down. No, he's gone.
Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, he didn't get the Yule's Thug. I guess he wasn't just in range. Actually, he has the plus cast range.
Yeah.
But that nerf to Yule's perhaps not making it possible for him.
Man. Oh, and now the jig is sort of up as far as trying to catch him, pick him off.
The frustrating part is like even during fights too, if they want to try that, there is the Lotus Orb on Isco. We've seen him throw it out a couple times, and he can now save that specifically for Pablo because he is a big part of their damage at this point. Just ensuring he's not getting scythed and purging that off. Very handy.
Got some more level 25 talents online, plus 14 all stats for Jakiro. Picked up the Ice Path duration, so now 3.75 seconds of duration on Ice Path.
That is necessary.
That is really good.
Kind of crazy with a rat game that he's still not opting for the minus 50-second respawn. We've seen how powerful that is with Lone Druid, of course. And the idea that these guys kind of have to go a little bit YOLO, perhaps, with their draft, right? You're just like all in buybacking, TPing, and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's only one hero having minus 50 seconds cooldown. So you'll likely get more value out of Ice Path than you would out of that other talent. If you all get wiped, it doesn't really matter if Jakiro comes back 50 seconds sooner.
No, definitely. And it's better to be able to win the actual team fight, and particularly with Pit of Malice, the way it's been able to set up for those ice paths. Suddenly you've got what it could potentially be a Ravage in terms of the amount of duration stun you've got. It's a ton of stun. 3.75 seconds is no joke. I mean, that's actually an RP level, isn't it? I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right up there. You're getting into the Beastmaster Roar territory.
Jeez.
But still no, support Morphling. The real dream.
Yeah. Although that's single target, so, I mean...
That's true. Maybe he's going to get the 5-man Ice Path for the win.
Oh, God, and with Terrorblade now picking up a Moon Shard as well, things are really... this is almost like a new timing right now for Ad Finem, where suddenly, like, the control that they have and the amount of damage that's going to be dealt out by Madara... it's a Devil Smoke. Classic.
They still have this problem with Excalibur, though. It just does so much damage, and even with their itemizations, it's very difficult to close the gap inside the base. It gets to a point where you wonder just how much do you need to be farming outside the map, and not looking to push for this big high ground play.
Look at this movement here. Are they going to try and...
Yeah, they're hoping someone will just be walking out top.
Or they're just going to go in and try and, like, gain high ground off the back of this, I guess? I don't know. They'll be set up here. Kind of a weird little movement there, but...
End up cutting the wave, trying to put in all this pressure. Again, if for any moment this backdoor breaks, then it's a wide open opportunity for them to go in.
They don't pull in everybody into that Dark Rift, just maybe next time in the bottom lane. Osh 2 minutes away. So, middle of the ground respawn time. They could go for a relocate play here with Thug, but I don't know if they have the damage to kill off the Ember, even with all of that disable.
So, yeah, they see E-skill here, too, through the ward. They were kind of pinging him, I think, maybe considering it, but yeah, it looks like they focused on Pablo instead. Still so difficult.
Relocate, there it is. Sheep right off the bat. They've got him caught and in a lot of trouble. Pablo goes down. So the second sheep was what they needed on Underlord to make it happen. They've been able to deal with the disable and Horde back up against the wall. You do a buyback on Ember.
It only took 52 minutes and 2 scythes, and we have solved the Ember problem.
I mean, that's his, 5th death, so he's been playing it pretty well, considering there have been, what is that now, 63 deaths this game?
Yeah, and mostly
minutes.
team fight deaths for him, too. I don't recall him even being caught out on most of his split pushes, ever since he actually got into a normal hero mode where he actually has items.
All right, we'll keep our eye on the buyback status, as I'm sure it's going to start spiraling out of control.
All right.
30 seconds still until Roche.
No backdoor protection.
Firestorm down. Madara is going to head to the top lane. Meanwhile, you've got Thug over here to the side who can start pressuring in mid if they want to do it. Illusion spam is the only thing that's being used as of yet. Excalibur, meanwhile, kills off the last shoes with that creep wave and going to send in those illusions. Not even popping Metamorphosis yet for this one. They want to see if they can finish off the rest of the ranges without having to commit it. And Excalibur stunned forever. Now they also have a little jump away. Those shell placed on top of Madara. Could go now for the Metamorphosis, starting to bring it low. How do you deal with this? They don't have anybody here to really make it stop. And I mean, everything's going to be turned back in against them. Flip already out. Excalibur taking a ton of damage from those illusions. I need to be really careful. Gork trying to go for the backline, but not able to find it. He's going to get sheeped up. A long duration stun going in now as well. And Gork getting turned upon. He's going to be able to pop the enrage, trying to stay alive here. They are going to be able to keep him back for the moment. E-skill also taking damage from Madara. They pop the BKB, turns to fight. He is going to be able to get the lift up on the Eul's Scepter. The static storm down on top of Skyway. The epicenter comes through as well. It's enough to find a kill, but Gork is going to buy back after Jakira finds him. A good relocate away.
Oh, it's
down
tough.
to the bottom lane. Top lane. Barton might end up paying for this one, but they pull back in. Madara turns to fight. Sunder! It's off. Gork maybe going to end up falling to this and be a dieback, but no, they can't find it. It doesn't matter though. Mega creeps have been taken.
Very nicely done. Finem just needing that one swift maneuver to bring this game into virtually uncontestable territory, drawing them so far out before they go for that relocate play top, biding their time. Admiral and Horde held onto that backdoor protection for so long, and able to just make sure the lanes were always so pushed. But the second it fell down, they're able to just keep sending in these illusions. And a lot of this kind of started just because of that. It was a little bit of a weird smoke play, but the way they just like came down in mid, and then they just grabbed this one wave, and suddenly this gets choked out, and you have to like reprioritize all your lanes. But now they're sitting in a very dangerous spot that you have a hard time fighting it now. To rape your time, we're going all out. Don't really have a choice. Good luck. Horde.
Illusions there. They're still containing Excalibur. They have the sheep on him as well. Thug trying to find that kill. Can they do it? And actually use the Lotus Orb. They need to be careful right now. They could potentially end up losing everybody. Thug is going to get Eul's Scepter still alive, but going to be brought down in a second, so they need all of the buybacks at this point. And meanwhile, in their base, they are being pressured still. Pablo is going to try and keep the creep waves at bay.
And they see the rapier too, that ward.
Yeah. Excalibur has it online. They're going to cut the creep wave there. TP's back. You need to be so careful at this point if you're a Horde, because one, Dark Rift into the enemy base might be the end of it. Apparently one of the broadcasters is reconnecting. You want to make sure you're here for this one. It's looking like a wild ride.
Yeah, not the time to find yourself outside of this game. So, Rapier Dota, yeah, he's well set here. I don't know, there's not really much else you can ask for besides finishing off your date list.
Yeah.
You can kind of see that last fight. They still had trouble getting on top of Excalibur. He had Ice Path a couple times, but largely he was well in the backlines, dealing out damage, but it was getting a little bit lackluster, just with all the auras, the armor, level 25 floating around on so many heroes. He wasn't quite able to pelt it out like he is. The peeping was low. But Rapier changes all of that massive damage boost to an already fabulous attack speed.
The bonus level 25 talent, another 100 attack range. Look at his attack range here. He can basically like hit, I mean, he can be by the tier 4s and hitting outside the base almost. That is pretty absurd for Excalibur. Any other big ones that we've seen? Health regen for the Sand King. Looks like that's about it for now. Disruptor's coming up and online pretty soon for his.
Oh, they're actually smoking towards this Roche right now.
Oh my god. They're not taking it super fast, and Gork, if he can jump in there, like if they manage to find this fight on a good term, jump forward on to maybe next time they find one kill, that's a dieback for him. Add for them maybe a little bit of trouble, but if they can kill him Gork here, this would be a huge win for them. BKB popped, he's gone for 2 minutes, and that might be enough.
Yeah, I mean, he has such a hard time with these fights anyway, honestly, but at least he was a meat shield. Okay, hesitating for so long in that static storm just because his sniper wasn't there. A very risky play from Horde. Again, though, they're in such a bad spot, they had to go a little bit risky. It's not looking like it's going to work out here, as Madara will have a refresher delivered to him soon. So Rapier Dota.
He will need that probably. I mean, the BKBs are still online for Jakiro as well as Madara, and his is only down to 5 seconds, but there aren't any blade mills in this one. At least for now. Aegis on Jakiro. God, Excalibur just does so much damage.
Still very patient here from Finem though, waiting till all the lanes are fully pushed.
Now, we didn't expect Finem to be able to go late with this lineup, but 58 minutes into it, Mega Creep's there. Does sort of have that feeling though that with no buybacks at this point on the Dire, if they lose one, Ember Spirit can probably hold Mega Creeps solo, and then you just walk down mid with Sniper. So almost the safer play is wait for the next round of buybacks for Finem. Being said, this is the team that ran into the base to enchant Totem the Ancient at
I gotta do
the last second. Yeah. Alright, Jakiro there. Find him at the start. Easy go. He's gonna end up getting caught out. He's forced out the way. Still fine for the moment. Excalibur dealing a lot of damage to him. Bowen on the other side. They aren't going to be able to focus down on any of these heroes though, and Tier 4 is still standing. Excalibur fine and dandy. BKBs are down at this point. Excalibur's starting to fall low. Thug also in the middle of all of them, be able to find the ice tap on top of Excalibur. This could be enough. Epicenter's down. They've already burst into it. Rapier on the ground, buys back immediately. They are able to pick it up from Madara, but now he's gone. Madara going. He does have buyback, but that's a double kill for Excalibur. He picked back up the Rapier.
The chase. They got Thug.
Thug in a ton of trouble, as is Finem. They might be able to do it the Dark Ripped away. It's not going to happen, but Skylark will get out of this. All the push back. They caught him. Skylark. He's going to go down as well. All right, they have buybacks on 3, but Jakiro is gone for 2 minutes. It's 40,000 net worth into Terrorblade's hands. They need to deal with these Mega Creeps, but you can already see them moving out across the map. Gorik wants to pressure this. With no Jakiro, do you think that Finem can hold?
I mean, honestly, it all just comes down to the static storm. I feel like from Ake, he plays a huge part in these fights. The continuous control from Iskill will be there too. But if you can just stop Skylar from casting that Pit of Malice, even part of this fight, controlling up the Ursa, allowing Gork to actually do stuff. But keeping space in between Excalibur and the enemies really the biggest part here, and Ake a huge part of that. One rack's down.
This is. If you're at Finem right now, it's time to start sweating. You don't want to have to buy back on your Terrorblade if you can avoid it, but at this point, they're actually going to go... Are they calling for Mega Creeps here?
Well, it's so risky to go in this deep. You don't want buybacks to happen. You know they have relocate, so you can't be fully out of position. But they're also moving away from their own creeps, so any bots that come in now are very far away. Very far away.
Yeah.
So Iskill going to have a hard time joining them.
Oh, Spartan, I mean, he's got these... little wisps of spirits floating around, trying to break the blink daggers as they come up. But Madara is now up, and there's the glimpse backing away. They create some illusions. Excalibur's gonna need to run away here. Nice 4-staff out. He's gonna be fine for the moment. Still a scary prospect. They have to deal with all of these Mega Creeps, and bottom lane is gonna start to push down now as well.
Man, that was a terrifying window. Like, if they could have forced a fight there before East Coast to the boss sinks, they could have just killed any creeps he tried to
Hurricane Pike? Madara, they have the Burrow Strike. The damage is going to start to come out. He does still have Thunder available. Now on that 10-second cooldown as well. Alright, and they can't do it. Oh no, left alone in the mid lane, Gork. He's going to be all alone. The Sheepstick comes in, and they'll have a second one in just a second. Controlling up and taking down that Ursa. Buyback available. Finem looking to try and finish this game off. This time, as they try to pressure down the lane, they will have buyback available for most of these heroes. Pablo just trying to keep this top lane pressured out. Game feeling like it might go on for a little bit longer here.
I wouldn't have it any other way. After what we've already experienced and witnessed here. Now Thug building up into a Octarine. I would hope he's going to be holding on to his buyback. So we might not see it quite yet. Pablo now heading back into some dig.
All right, take on time we're there. It's never the wrong time to build a Dagon. BKB's popped. They're onto him. They went for the relocate onto the back. I don't know if this is going to end up being enough damage, though. Gorg is right on top of them. They're taking down Spartan. He is dead now. But in the middle of all of it, Epicenter had already come out. A good Sunder. Madara going to save his life at the last second there. But they have lost Isle. A buyback. Madara, he's going to be controlled. He's going to be brought down. They're not able to win these fights now. And Horde,
man,
might be time to run down mid again.
Aki played that fight so well. Played fantastic this whole game. So many good glimpses, and that time too, getting another clutch Static Storm offense. The relocate comes in, which is done all game, and then controlling up that Terrorblade. And he almost died in macro fire, barely surviving to make sure to get off that final glimpse. And then he did go down and force himself into a buyback. But he's the one who's just offering these opportunities to Excalibur. It's absurd, actually, how well he's played, especially because he's not getting any farm priority. He hasn't had a chance to go into an Aghanim Scepter or anything for this Disruptor, which could have been huge for these BKBs that have been coming up from Finem, and yet still they're surviving. Mega creeps flowing in from Finem all the time.
Yeah.
And once more, they push up mid, and it just keeps looking like these YOLO pushes.
Well, what could be a game-winning rune right now. Scale does have Invis, as well as the Sheep Stick done for him. Doug is not in the base with them, and now they found Skylark. There's the Sheep to start it off. Burrow Strike as well. Pablo is there. A good disruption. It might be enough. Epicenter is out as well. Static Storm down, connecting onto several of them. BKB has already been popped at this point. Meanwhile, in the back line, Excalibur can just keep on hitting away. Skill might end up going down here. They're on top of him. Madara bringing them low. Pablo forced to blink out and try and escape from this one. Kind of gone a bit too deep with that. Oh, force backing away, and that's 2 minutes without the Sand King now.
Again, they're looking for that big play. If you can eliminate someone like Skylark,
Yeah.
that would have been so good for them.
I mean, however this game ends, you got to commend it to Horde. They've been holding Mega Creeps for so long, and it does feel like there's sort of this momentum that keeps on swinging into their direction, and somehow Adfina managed to pull it back at the last second. Now look at the push up here in the top lane. Pablo doing whatever he can to keep this wave pressured out.
Man, they attempted to bring down Skylark, knowing he had no buyback. Immediately flips the other way, so after well aware the Sand King's not coming back. And again, it's going to fall into Excalibur's damage and the control from Ake. Gork just likely feeling rather useless in these team fights. Difficult to get much achieved here as this Ursa right now.
Or No Boots Gaming as well. Dataless done. They get one sheep down and on top of Excalibur, but they missed the ice path again. He's going to end up catching it as they go through. He doesn't have buyback, and that one might just be about it. Gork going to end up getting caught out, and Madara, big, large, and in charge. Enough damage and a half to take down this entire Ancient. GG gets called, and Adfina, 3 guys end up doing it in the end.
Yeah, this game it really was coming down to that one push down bottom, right? Where Excalibur caught out between the tier 2 and the tier 3, and suddenly Finem were in this position to push where it seemed almost impossible, where they were starting to fall off and not finding their moments. But time and time again, Terrorblade does that to us in these professional matches where he's just at that peak point, and even if there's no one else in your team that can push or do much else, your Terrorblade, you just annihilate buildings. And